I'm going live. Let's put that one on. It's the button. Okay. Fellows, you are welcome. So I just want to be sure that you are hearing me. Let me be very, very sure. If you can hear me, just say hi. Okay, thank you that you can hear me. So you are welcome to another discussion. Yes, so we will be discussing about the digital economy. Yeah, for now we are still focusing on the crypto part of the digital economy. Maybe in 2 weeks' time, we will look into some other aspects. Yeah, so that we diversify. Yeah, I guess maybe in 2 weeks' time we will do that. Yeah, by next week we may have to go back to using centralized and decentralized exchanges so that we are all familiar with it. Yeah, so I will request that maybe in preparation for next week, we can download a Trust Wallet on our phone. Just go to your app store, type in Trust Wallet, then you should download Trust Wallet and install it on your phone. Then maybe you can also download SafePal. Yeah, in addition to other software that probably want to use for your normal day-to-day tradings. Yeah, we may need it along the line. So I want to believe that we are all aware of the current correction which is going on in the markets, which we'll call the dip. Are you aware? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are aware. Okay, so
Hello?
what is the... Hello? Yeah, I just want to be sure we are aware of the ongoing market correction that we're having right now. Yeah, so what is your impression? What do you think about it? As somebody just coming to crypto, you had so many beautiful and wonderful things. And suddenly in a week, you saw the market going down, shedding from about 700 billion to about 800, 900 billion. Yeah, so what do you think? What's your impression about it? Let's talk about that. What do you think? Maybe we start with Regina. If Regina can hear me clearly, would you want to tell us what you think about that? Except you didn't see it.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. We are hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Kin. Well, for me, who is still new in crypto, I was a bit disappointed by the dip.
Okay.
Yes, when I saw all my money shrinking. Yeah, and you know, it kind of causes anxiety whether you should invest more or you should stop. But I think maybe when we talk about it today, then at least we can be able to understand how to manage it when it happens.
It's all right. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Yeah. So any other person? Can somebody share with us what he feels, what he thinks about the ongoing market correction?
Can I try?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. I think it's more of more of a depression, and then you're gonna get up again. And I think this is caused by prayers in the market. And I remember one time I posted to say this South African billionaire had posed that, and your response was no. He's a small player in the market. And probably the other thing you have is the media. I think the media is crucial also in the fluctuations, the ups and downs. Obviously, some of these media are working for these commercial banks. Most
Thank you so much for that.
Mind of the fabric, let them sell. We're gonna buy it. Some of them will lose everything, but at the end of the day, it's gonna pick up. But one thing which gives me comfort, I've just started just like Regina's kid actually. I know her personally. Actually, I influenced her to join, so I joined before her. And I think when I look at, I put in cross in terms of the runs. I put in, I think, close to 11,000 in a week. And that thing was growing so fast that I was like, yo, shooting up so fast, almost close to 15,000.
Yeah.
So now it has dropped down. I'm looking at 9, but I'm like, no, leave it in. The good thing when it drops, the number of units you have remain. So your value might go down, but the number of units remain the same. So when it picks up and you still have the same units, you're gonna pick up again. Much. So yeah.
Great. Mr. Sam, thank you so much. Yeah, you have probably some insight into the market. My purpose is to encourage us, to mentor us, so that at the end of it all, we will all succeed together. Yeah. You know, do you know the reason why you are feeling so bad, Regina? It is because of the degree of transparency which we now have in cryptocurrency. It is probably the most transparent economy in the world. So as things are happening, you are actually seeing them live, being displayed in front of you on your phone and so on and so forth. Let me tell you something, that in the traditional market, in the traditional stock market, the same thing happens from time to time. It happens from season to season, from quarters to quarters, from years to years, from decade to decade. The only difference is that those things are not open. You don't know what is happening in Johannesburg. If I ask you what is happening in Johannesburg Stock Exchange right now, you don't know. Because it does not have the degree of trustlessness or transparency which the digital economy is having. And that is one of the big difference between the traditional economy. Yeah. They will say the stocks have crashed. You will not even know the actual value. You don't even know what happened. You have the stocks there. As of today, you don't even know the value. However, in the digital economy, you will see it face to face. So for the fact that it brings a lot of transparency into it, it means that it's something that we need to trust in. We need to trust and know that it will work out well. 2, Sam mentioned about the big players. Yeah. The news. Let me tell you, most of the major medias are being controlled by a few group of people or by the same group of people. You may call it CNN, you may call it E-News, you may call it Sky News. Most of the major news all over the world, major media, they are being controlled by some selected group of people. And they actually tell them what to do and what not to do. At times, the same scripts are just so many people will read the same script. They may just rearrange one thing or the other. And then they change the voice and the tone. And you see, whoa, all the major media are talking about it. But it's just a game plan. Don't forget that cryptocurrency is the digital economy is the first economic opportunity that bring equal opportunity to every human being on earth. What I mean by equal opportunity is that if you make up your mind, you want to buy Bitcoin right now, you will buy it now. nobody will block you. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be talking about crowdfunding. We'll be talking about crowdfunding as it relates to some other parts of the digital economy. Yeah, so crowdfunding, I shouldn't forget, that will be like 2 weeks. And I will show you some yeah. There have been about 3 or 4 crowdfunding platforms that I have visited, which I have registered with them. And I want to buy some, I want to put some investment into some startups, and they will tell me clearly that we are sorry, people from your countries are not allowed to invest in this platform or in this business. I have had so many of them. Some of them are American, some of them are European, some from Canada, some from Australia. They say, no, we're sorry, people from your countries are not allowed. Even as of now that we are still talking, there are still some countries that are still so resistant to crypto. There are some guys from their countries are not even allowed. But generally, we are in a generation where everybody can participate. So when cryptocurrency started 12 years ago, these big guys, it caught them unaware. So the truth is that when they come to the issue of things like Bitcoin, almost all of them are laggies. They are coming in a bit late. In as much as we are seeing the early phase of adoption for cryptocurrency. So all of you that are listening to me, all of us that are in this group now, we are the early people. Because in 20 years' time, when we'll be making reference to where we enter, we say, wow. So we are part of the first people to enter into this. So we are very, very early. We are not late. So these major guys, I won't be mentioning their names. They came in relatively late. And what they need to do is that they need to manipulate the market. Like they manipulate the stock market through their Wall Street and all those things. So they will have to manipulate it. And one of the ways they will manipulate it is to create what we call FUD. We will come to it later. FUD, fear, as in fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So what they do is that they create a FUD for you, FUD. We'll be talking about crypto slangs at the end of today. So when those things happen, you are going to panic. And when you panic, you are going to dump your crypto. And as you are dumping it, they are mopping it up immediately. They will mop it up. And you will see in our today's presentation how they are actually mopping up those things. So that is how it operates in the traditional market. And the only thing is that when it's happening, you are asleep. You don't know. You don't have any information about it. Yeah. There are shares I invested in some years ago. I don't even know whether they exist or not, because up to today, I've not even received any email or any update from them. So maybe some of them have even died and they have liquidated and so on and so forth. But because I don't see it every day, like we see the crypto data change minutes to hours, to days, to weeks, to months, we don't feel concerned about it. We've just ignored it. But the truth is that they want to do the same thing. So they want to shake you off. That small Bitcoin you are having, they want to shake you off so that you throw it away in fear. And at the end of the day, they will grab everything. So don't forget that the number of crypto or the unit of crypto you are having have not changed. The original, Sam, and others. So you are still owing that worth of your crypto. If it's 0.001 Bitcoin, you are still having 0.001 crypto. What have changed is the relative worth of it, not the absolute worth. It is the relative worth of it, especially when you relate it to currency like dollars and others. That's what have changed. So it's a relative change. But the absolute currency you are having is the same. So in the market, in the market like this, there are 3 groups of people. 3 groups of people. We have scalpers. We have scalpers. when we talk about scalpers, especially in the context of forests, we are talking of people that they just come in right now. They just want to play around in the next 4 or 5 hours, and they want to make money. So if you are coming in as scalpers, you are going to lose money. Yeah, I can remember in one of our meetings, I showed us a picture of it's like a 3 chimpanzees, and one was saying when Lambo. So we'll talk about it as part of the slangs. You need to know when Lambo, and they put there that invested in crypto 2 seconds ago. So that is a scalper just trying to to see what I can grab now. Now they say this thing is increasing. So number 2, we have traders. So these are people who comes in, they put in some money, and maybe after a week, after 2 weeks, after a month, they expect it to grow and they want to cash out. Yeah, initially as scalpers, you may make it 1 or twice. Yeah, but down the line, it will balance out. So then we have investors. We have investors. So investors are people who have an idea of the principles behind that economy, that company, that investment, and they are ready to put in their money for a very long time. So they are long-term investors. And if you have observed carefully, whenever I write on our Telegram group, most of the time I always talk about long-term investment. When I talk about long-term investment, I'm actually talking about 3 years, about 4 years, and so on and so forth. So in this group, we are long-term investors, and we are not going to be disturbed by the noise that we see day to day. And truly, if you want to be a long-term investors, at the end of the day, you will be fine. Some basic principles of investment. In life, all you need is that 20% of your investment should succeed. How many percent? Somebody hear me? How many percent? 20%. So, yeah. So, and your target, what you are targeting is that 20% of your investment to succeed. So, in the best investor, maybe like Warren Buffett, once 20% of his investment are successful, they are fine. And down the line in crypto, we are going to achieve more than that. We are going to achieve more than 20%, definitely. Then what you need is that out of that 20%, 5 of those 20, which is, let me say, 5% of your total investment, 5% of it should move. And we would also talk about that in crypto. If 5% of all your investment move, what we mean is this: you have made 100 investments, and 5 of them end up becoming like Google, like Yahoo, like Amazon, like Facebook, like Apple, like Samsung. Those 5 will pay for all your other investment. So most of the time for long-term investors, it will be fine for you at the end. So don't be carried away by the fluctuation. The way investment grow is in a zigzag way. It follows what looks like a sine wave. And actually, I will probably open 1 or 2 charts just to show us that today. So please don't be discouraged because you are long-term investors. Yeah. So you can afford, except you want to make some new investments, you can afford not to look at your phone, not to look at Bitcoin for the next 1 month. When you come back in a month's time, things will have stabilized. Yeah. So normally a dip of about 30% is within normal limit for normal correction. Yeah. So if you have an idea of what is of a forest, that's what they call Fibonacci retracement. Yeah. Which is when there's a sudden surge traditionally, when you apply Fibonacci, you expect a retracement of about 30 to 32, 34%. So it is normal. And people who are good in technical analysis, they know how to calculate that and how to take advantage of it again. Yeah, either when it is dipping or when it has dipped and it want to climb again. So don't be worried so much. It's a game between you and the big guys. They will make the news, they will make the noise, they will tell China this to do that, CNN to do all those things, just to create fear in you. They will say, oh, China has banned crypto, and so on and so forth. So that at the end of the day, you get feared and you dump it. And as you are dumping it, they are going to pick it. So I just want us to have a look at this screen. This is an 11-year period movement of Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin is about 12 years old. Yeah. So let's see what has happened to Bitcoin. So this is called major falls from all-time high for Bitcoin. So we start from the beginnings. In 2010, between September and October 2010, there was a 94% dip. I'm sure if you enter into crypto then, you will not be there by now because most of us will have run out. So many people have run out, but the people who remain, they are doing very well. So can you see? There was a 94% dip. In other words, maybe if you are having crypto that worth 100 rands, that the value of your 100 rands became 6 rand. I'm sure some people will cry. But let's see what happened. Those who ignored it, and they didn't do anything, at the end of it, when there was a recovery, a rally after it, it went up by 1,600%. That's a lot. So it recovered back fully to what the price was and then gained this amount at the end of it. That was a major rally. Yeah. So about 2 months thereafter, there was another dip, which went to as low as -72. But after that, it returns to a new all-time high by gaining 257%. In 2011, from February to April, there was a dip of -49. When it came back, it gained 96%. By this time, none of us had heard about crypto. By the way, none of us had heard about it. Yeah. So in May that same year, we had another dip of -34, which is this is an expected correction after a big rally. So it came back again by about 50%. The same 2011, from June to November, there was another -94%. And at the end of the day, when there was a return, it was 1,504% return to all-time high. So in 2013, it was between April and July. It went down by 76%, and then it rallied back by about 323%. Yeah. So in 2015, there was a dip of -85%. When it rallies back, it was 585%, and so on and so forth, till right now where we are. So this was taken some few days ago, and what we've had is just a decline of about -29%. I know as of today, it was probably more than that. So, but one thing you should draw your attention into is look at this. When you have the more massive the dip is, the greater the strength at which it returns. So what is it that is making it to return? It is the guys who are behind the story that you cannot see that are doing this. So they create fear, they create uncertainty, they create despair through the news. They say, no, China has closed down this. Biden said this, and so on and so forth. And they will carry it, they will amplify it. And this will drop so much that people will lose their money. But as you are dropping it, they are actually buying it. And when they buy it, you have this massive rally. So you can see those minus 94, 94, minus 85%, minus. So in fact, assuming we can get a minus 94%, that would be nice. So you know that anything you now go back and put into it is going to rally massively. Yeah. So please, correction in the market is normal, and it does occur in every economy. It just happened that Wall Street, we hide it for you when you talk about the NASDAQ and all those things. And your Johannesburg Stock Exchange, your country stock exchange, where one is, they hide those things, so you cannot even see it. You don't know what is happening. So that the digital economy can display this degree of transparency means that we should be able to trust it. So let me show you what happened during these markets. When everybody was crying about the dip and some of us were getting discouraged, let's listen to Michael Saylor. If there is a human being we should listen to, it is Michael Saylor. Can you see what it says? It says here, let me show you, this is the profile of Michael Saylor. He is the founder of a MicroStrategy, which is a very big investment company. Yeah, he has experience in aerospace at MIT. And so many other things. Yeah. So this is what he tweeted 3 days ago. He said, Bitcoin is a swarm of cyber hornets serving the goodness of wisdom, feeding on the fire of truth, exponentially growing. Can you see? Exponentially growing, ever smarter, faster, and stronger behind a wall of encrypted energy. So definitely this is a good, encouraging word from Mike Saylor. Yeah. And let me show you something. He says, entities I control. Entity I control. That is a MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is the arm of his business that make a lot of investment in digital economy. He says, entities I control have now acquired 111,000 Bitcoin. 111 Bitcoin. And have not sold what? A single Satoshi out of it. That is MicroStrategy. He knows the technology and everything behind it. So they have 111,000 Bitcoin. Somebody who is good in mathematics can help us calculate it and see what it is. And he said, what? We have not sold a single Satoshi. One Satoshi is the smallest unit of Bitcoin. It means 10 million Satoshi is equal to 1 Bitcoin. So Michael Saylor have not sold. So if Michael Saylor, who holds this, is not discouraged and is saying this at the peak of the dip, you should not have any reason to be discouraged. So Michael Saylor is saying, you guys, you can manipulate whatever you want to do. It does not bother me. Actually, it will be an opportunity for Michael Saylor to get more. Yeah. So let me show you something. This is a current news. It says institutional Bitcoin buying spiked around Wednesday's crash. Huh? So what is institutional buying? we means banks buying. We means institutions, universities, big guys buying. So in other words, they were waiting for that crash. It did not catch them unaware. They have prepared their money. Whatever they needed to do, they have done it. And they knew that this crash was coming, which perhaps even me and myself and you would not even prepare for. So they knew that it was coming. They hire people who can predict those things for them. When will this happen? When will that not happen? By studying the market analysis. Yet they were ready and they swamped in and they mop up almost all the dip. So it said Bitcoin outflow from over-the-counter, OTC, over-the-counter desk spiked, signaling deep demand from institutional investors. So let's just go into the news in details. It says blockchain data shows large investors remain confident of Bitcoin's long-term prospect. So as investors, our interest is long-term prospect and continue to do what? To accumulate coins on dips. So there will still be dips. It may not be as heavy as this. And actually, I want us to prepare for it. And later, maybe later today, I will tell us about the strategy of how to prepare for dips. Yeah. So we have to consciously prepare for dip. Yeah. So I will talk about it later, how to prepare for dip consciously so that we can always take advantage of the market. See, shrugging off concerns about the negative environmental impact of cryptocurrency mining. That negative, what they are calling negative, is a lie, it's a fraud, just to create situation that will create panic like we've had and will make people to dump their coins so that they can pick it. The energy which is used to mine gold, mine diamond is so much that by now nobody should be thinking of mining gold and diamond. Yeah, because it is the big guys who mine gold, who mine diamond, they continue to do all those things. Yeah. So that wallets linked with over-the-counter desk register an outflow of 10,292 Bitcoin on Wednesday. So can you imagine that on Wednesday alone, at least this amount of Bitcoin was bought by people, the big guys, so that when Bitcoin tanked from 43 to 30, so they were ready. They planned it. They knew when it was going to happen, and they invariably they took advantage of it, and because they were expecting it. That was the largest single day outflow from OTC address in 3.5 months. So if I should ask you a question, do you think that it was a coincidence that, oh, suddenly it just dipped today, and on that same day, they bought 10,292 Bitcoin? No, they had been planning for it. The money they will use to buy it. Don't forget, this is billion. So nobody keep this money in the house. Nobody keep this money in a wallet. And so, but yet they were able to do it because they were expecting it. Yeah, according to data tracked by Glassnode. Yeah, so Glassnode is the place you can see major movements about major coins. So that the number rose further to 11,056 on Thursday, hitting the highest level since Bitcoin and taking the next 6 days daily to nearly 35,000. So you can see how it was. So that institutions and large investors typically make investment through OTC, which is over-the-counter desk, to avoid influencing asset prices in exchanges. Yeah, so that those outflow from OTC desks are widely taken to represent institutional buying. Large traders moving coins from OTC addresses to their wallet, and that the number of daily transfer from OTC desks outgoing transaction rose to high of to, those are the number of wallets that probably currency are moving to, thus making 10-fold rise in 6 days. So strong institutional demand, Glassnode founder Happel and Jan Alleman said in a tweet, taking note of the spike in the outgoing OTC transaction. Whatever Bitcoin's low we will see this summer, they won't be for long. Can you hear that? They won't be for long. So if somebody's interested in buying the dip, definitely this is a good time to do it. No matter how small, one of my little boys at least took advantage of the dip and and got a few just some Satoshi for himself. Yeah. So what is the reason why we panic? So yeah, I'm coming. Let me control it. So reason that you panic when the market dipped 3 days ago. Can you see this guy here? You can see fire coming out of his head, running. But if you look at this other side, this guy, they were not troubled. They were not worried at all. Even though there was a lightning that struck Bitcoin and shattered it. But the guys to the left, they were not troubled because of who they are and what they know. And you can see this. This is somebody like me and you, newbies coming in, like me and you, worrying and crying. So why? What is the reason that people panic or get nervous when the crypto market is down? So one of it is that we don't have an understanding of the digital economy or of economy generally. So don't forget that we are new entrants. We're just coming in. But don't worry, we will learn along the line. I want to believe in 2, 3, 4 years' time, we will also begin to play this game along with them. Yeah, it's a matter of time. So it is either one, you are impatient. So if somebody is impatient, that means that that person is not an investor. It's either a scalper or a trader. They just say, oh, Bitcoin is going up, it has gone up, it will continue to go up. And the person just came in and pulling the money, and the big guys, they play. But if you can be patient, it's a matter of time. Just leave every of those coins the way they are. Don't touch them. They will recover. That one can be guaranteed. Yeah. So anybody who is impatient will not be able to be a long-term investor. And it is long-term investors that definitely will make it at the end of the day. So let people work for you for longer hours. Then you will be able to get reward from it. 2 is that you don't know what you own. You say, is it that this Bitcoin is carrying? You don't know. If you have 1 Satoshi of Bitcoin, please, you should value it. And there's something that I have told us in our previous discussion. Let me say it again for the benefit of those who are just joining us. There are only 21 million Bitcoin. So I want you to write down 21 million. Just pick a pen where you are. Write down 21 million. 21 million. Now, that is the maximum Bitcoin that will ever be. Unfortunately, a good number of this Bitcoin had been lost. Either they were sent to a wrong address, or the people who own them, they have lost the private key. They have lost the phrases that they use. So invariably, the total amount of active Bitcoin will actually be less than 21 million. But by design, it's supposed to be a maximum of 21 million. Nobody is going to increase it anymore. It is not South African, and it's not American dollar that you just wake up one morning and print. No, nobody can do that. So that's the technology behind it. Now, there are at least, or maybe at most, we have about 52 million millionaires in the world. 52 million millionaires in the world. So even if they should ignore people like you and me, and the decision is that Bitcoin should be shared only to millionaires, it means that an average millionaire will not have a Bitcoin. So in other words, the maximum, if we are to distribute it evenly, the maximum a millionaire will have will be about 0.48 or 0.49. But if we approximate it, it's going to be at most 0.5. Yeah. So if as of today, if there's somebody who has 0.5 Bitcoin, already that person is made for life. Just leave it for about 10 to 20 years. You will be sure that you will join the millennium group when the time comes. So the other thing is that people panic because they don't understand how early they are. How you don't understand how early you are in the crypto space. So I made mention of it initially that please consider yourself lucky. We are into the game very, very early. Very, very early. And whatever we have, we should be jealous of it. We should hold on to it. It's a matter of time. It will grow along with us. Then it says, maybe you invested in a coin. What do they mean? You say that Bitcoin is a coin. Yeah. If you just invest in Bitcoin and not in the technology behind it, then you may panic and dump it. So that, like I have mentioned, if you now understand, oh, so there are only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be. So I am lucky to be among the very few people who will ever have Bitcoin. Then you want to hold on to it, you want to cherish it. Yeah. Then so it's say, or you FOMO into a crypto. So because of the word FOMO, so that's why at the end of today, we will look at some quick slangs which we use commonly in crypto. So when we say FOMO, what does it mean? FOMO means fear of missing out. So initially, you did not invest into crypto, but suddenly you begin to hear the news. Yes, it is now $35. Wow, it has moved to $40. Now 50, 55, as if you are doing what we call bazaar in those days, or auctioning. So suddenly you say, this thing that is just I must enter. So at that time, most likely you will enter at the peak of that journey. And when it's deep or correct, then you will not enjoy it, or I will not enjoy it. Yeah. So we will learn not to FOMO so that we don't lose. Yeah. Well, there's a place we can know when crypto is consolidating and we want to enter at those points. Yeah. So then there's this other thing that you want microwave results. So don't forget, I said earlier that we are not scalpers, we are not traders, we are investors. And the average investment cycle is about 5 years. Yeah. So if at the end of 5 years, if this your investments they did not yield anything, that is when you can say that, oh, this investment is not good. But before 5 years, don't take a final decision about them. It says 7, or you are just new. Yeah, you are new into the game, so you don't know what is happening before. And that's why I took us through the 10, 11 years history of Bitcoin. So at this point, let's do something. Let me come out. Let me exit this presentation. We'll come here. So I'm going to close this presentation. Now I'm going to open okay, so I want to show us something. So let me come here. Okay. So let me load this. Where are you? Okay, sorry. Okay, so I want to upload something. Yeah, here is it. Okay. I want to believe you can see my screen. Yeah, so this is what we call trade view. So I just want to show us some charts. Yeah, just to give us an idea of how these things look like. So this is a 1 hour chart of Bitcoin, USD. So I'm going to change it to 4 hours just to give us a short idea. If you look at this, so people who do forest. These are things they study. It's called technical analysis. So if you look at this, you will find out that there is a way the market moves. It comes down, it goes up, comes down, goes up, flattened out, goes up, come down, goes up, come down, goes up, flattens out. Can you see? Flattens out, comes down, goes up, come down, flattens out, come down, flattens out, goes up, come down, up, up. So this is just a 4-hourly chart. Yeah. So this is what happened a few days ago. You can see this. Yeah, this was when the whole thing went bam. Sorry, let me do something. Okay, so I just put it in a full screen. Yeah. So if you don't notice this, it's gradually what stabilizing here. It's gradually stabilizing. So the chances that it will dump further is very, very low. So from here, it's going to flatten out for some time, and then it will begin to rise up like you can see before. Yeah. So definitely this is not the time to be discouraged. This is the time to actually be encouraged and to put in more into it. Yeah. So when you want to put more into it, how do you go about it? We can do what we call a dollar cost averaging. Yeah. We will discuss about dollar cost averaging later. Yeah. So but let me just write it down somewhere. Dollar cost averaging. So what that actually means is that let's assume that right now as we are talking, if you are having, let's say, let me just say 10,000 rands or 1,000 rands, and you want to invest this 1,000 rands into Bitcoin. So what you can do is that you can make up your mind that I am not going to put in all the money right now as we are talking. So you can split it into 7, and every day at about the same time, you invest, let's say, a portion of it. You can divide it into 4, and you say every Sunday, I will invest a portion of it. So that as the price moves up and down, there will be one of those days that you will be able to enter when it is very low. There will be one of those days you will enter when it's relatively high. There will be one of these days you will enter when it's in between. So that at the end of the day, you will buy these coins at an average cost. Yeah, not putting all of it into it at a point where accidentally it was the high. So you can see things stabilizing. So let me go to daily chart. Let me change this to daily chart so that you have a better picture of how this happened. Okay, I guess it wants me to. Let me exit. Okay. Okay, so I come here. Let me show you how it works on daily chart. So, can you see the movement? This becomes a bit better. You can see it up, 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 top, down, 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 plateau, up, 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 plateau, up, 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 down, plateau, up, 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 down, plateau, down, up, 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 plateau, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, down. So you can see it's down, down, down now, and it's trying to plateau here. Yeah. So let's go to weekly chart. Let's go to weekly chart. So you can. This is a weekly chart. You will still see the same, almost the same thing. Up a little, up, down, up, stable, up a little, flattened out. Yeah. So most of the time when things begin to flatten out like this, you should know that there's going to be most likely a change in direction is coming, and it gives us a guide. So let's look at it on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, yeah. So let me spread it out. So you can see it was flattened for many years. Within this flat area, there was this up and down, and you can now see this one going up, 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 down. So you can see a monthly chart, it has been going up, 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 up. Then suddenly it stops. Yeah, so definitely we expect that at this point it will move down a little. And the reason is this: don't forget that there are people who entered when it was at this point. And if they entered when it was at less than 1,000 some years ago in 2014, if it has grown up to 60, then definitely they are made for life. Even what they had, if what they had then was 10 or 100, they are made. So for them to say they want to exit, it's fine. They may want to go back and reinvest into some other newer cryptocurrency. Yeah. So this is something you may want to read more about, technical analysis and all those things. There are a lot of videos on the YouTube that you can. Yes, but all I'm just trying to show us is that there is a way the market behaves. So when it is doing what it's supposed to do, don't be troubled. Just leave it. You may want to understand it. Yeah, so you can see it's coming down now. Huh? It's coming down here and it's trying to stabilize. Let me take you to 4 hours chart. You can see it's scattered around here. So this point, it is moving sideways. It's moving sideways, it's stabilizing. So the daily chart shows that it is stabilizing. The 4 hour chart shows that it's stabilizing. Let's have a look at the 1 hour chart. You can also see the 1 hour chart showing that it is stabilizing. So it's a matter of time. This guy will move up and down here, and after some time, it will begin to rise again. So if you want to buy, this is a good opportunity. Oh, great. So thank you. We'll go back to our slide. Yeah, we go back to our slides now. Okay, this is you. Okay, so okay, we'll go back to our slide. Yeah, so a snapshot of the market. I've shown you that of Bitcoins, but let me just exit and go back to CoinGecko so that we just have a look at what's happening. Yeah, so this is CoinGecko. Okay, let me upload CoinGecko. Okay, so this is CoinGecko. Yeah, generally you can see the market is 1.67 trillion. Yeah, see on the downside. Don't worry yourself about the 1 hour. You can just look at 24 hours and 7 days. So by and large, in the last 7 days, Bitcoin down 20%, Ethereum 29%. Yeah, so definitely this is a great opportunity to buy. Yeah, and yeah, so it's moving sideways. Most of it are just going sideways, and it's just a matter of time that down the line they will begin to recover. Yeah, so that's how it is. Most of the things. If you see those ones that are green, they are mainly stable coins like a USD dollars, which does not change in price, that tend to maintain a relative fees their positions. Yeah. Okay. So that's just about a snapshot of the market. So I'm exiting again. Finally, I go back to our slides. Where are you? Okay, this is where we are. Yeah. Okay, so come here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we'll take a snapshot. So these are some tokens I have shared with us initially. Yeah, so now that you can scroll up on our chat. So if you have not tried it, please, Mary Regina, you can go and try it. Now I have adjusted the settings. So anybody who is joining us can always scroll up and we'll be able to see whatever we have done from the beginning, which is one of the advantages of Telegram, of our WhatsApp. Yeah, so this I had posted before. So it's part of the pinned messages. So you can always go through the pinned messages from time to time. These are great long-term investment. So in all you're getting, definitely you need some Bitcoin, you need some Ethereum. Yeah. So, one thing you want to understand is that there are tokens which are tokens for blockchain technology itself. So when we talk about blockchain, and a good way to explain it is that let's think of two businesses. One is a company that produces road, like South African roads. They produce roads. Why the other ones are companies that produce car. So in as much as you know that the company that produce car, after they sell their cars out, these cars will be driven on a road. So actually, if you want to make an investment, a better investment will be to put your investment in that company that built the road and collects the toll gate, as compared to the one that builds the car. Because it is not all companies that end up building cars that will be very, very successful, like Toyota, like Mercedes, like BMW, and so on and so forth. Yeah, some will pack up down the line, but it doesn't matter whichever of them that succeed, they will invariably end up driving their car on the road. Yeah, so that's why something like Ethereum we will continue to grow. That's why something like Polkadot will continue to grow. Things like Kusama will continue to grow. Things like Binance, they will continue to grow. Things like Chainlink, they will continue to grow because they are roads on which others will travel. So all these other ones are now the various other car making companies that are producing good quality cars or cars with great potential. Yeah, so Bitcoin officially has become a store of value. Yeah, so it's like you want to go and buy gold, which unfortunately ordinary man like me and you may not even have access to, but we have access to Bitcoin. Yeah, so in all you're getting, we definitely have to get some Bitcoin. Yeah, the more you can get, please make sure you get it. Ethereum, the more you can get. Ethereum is the biggest blockchain. A lot of companies are being built on it. So it's like a road, N1 in South Africa. If you ever travel on N1, you know that a lot of cars travels on it. So there are a lot of cars that are traveling on Ethereum, and that's why Ethereum will continue to be a success. Polkadot is coming up. Kusama, they are brothers and sisters. They are the two sides of a coin. Yeah, and the way they are coming, they may end up becoming the biggest blockchain one day. They may catch up with Ethereum or move at par with it. Yeah, so it's still in its early phase now, and definitely I, as a person, if you ask me, hey, which coin should I invest in, I will say, number one, put some in Bitcoin. Number two, put some in Ethereum. Put some or even more on Polkadot. Put some or even more on KSM. And then any of these other ones, you also put some small one in there. At least you should have minimum of 8 tokens. At least minimum of 8. If you want to if you want to observe the Bible, which says you should make, ideally, we are supposed to have minimum of 8 streams of incomes in our life. Yeah, so that we hope this with this platform will teach us also some of these things. So any of these other coins, they are very, very great coins. Yeah, so they are still in their very, very primitive phase. Yeah, you can take advantage of Polkadot and Kusama. I'm not sure precisely, but in the next 6 to 8 weeks, Polkadot Kusama will be doing what is called a para-chain auction. So those other businesses that are coming to build their business on the Polkadot Kusama platform, they are going to rent the platform. And the way they are going to rent the platform is that they will do an auction. So let's assume that there are 10 companies, 10 crypto investment that want to build their project on the Polkadot blockchain or the ecosystem. They will bid like you do an auction for a car or for any other thing. And at the end of the day, the people will probably, the highest bidder, or they will get that slot of what they call a parachain. Yeah, those are blockchain terminology. Now, what will happen is this. Kusama, there is a total of 10 million Kusama. Am I right? I think it's 100 million. Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 million.
It's 10 million.
Yes.
Okay. So at least you are correct. So now, as of today, out of that 10 million, I think they have released over 6 point something million of it. Yeah. So, and that's why Kusama is relatively expensive. Now, this is how the parachain is going to work. You see, this parachain will be a bit expensive when people want to rent it. So let's assume that there are five companies. We have a Kurara, we have a PokerSwap, and others funny. There are both others that are going to build on it, and they're going to compete for this auction. So this is what will happen. Most of them, they will not actually have enough money to pay for that auction. But what they are going to do is this. They will ask people, me and you, to come and borrow them. To come and borrow them some of our currency. They'll say we should come and borrow them our dot or our kusama. So what they will do is that sorry, let me just because of this, let me go to okay, I'm coming. I really want to show us I'm coming. Where's exchanges? No, coins, DeFi, NFT. Okay, but not portfolio. No. I'm looking for something. I will show it very soon once I get it. Let me just let me project what I'm doing so that you can see. I want to show us something. Okay. I'm looking for the. I'm looking. There's supposed to be something called category here. Okay, let me check portfolio. Okay, this is categories. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have points. This is called category. So I'm going to click on this category. So I'm going to look for, I'm looking for the Polkadot ecosystem. I hope I will see it. Okay, can you see number 7? Polkadot ecosystem. So I'm going to click on Polkadot ecosystem. So we have Polkadot, we have Chainlink, we have Kusama, we have Ontology, and we have Reef. Let me look for. So we have something like, let's say, Polkastarter, like Fala Network, Edgeware, Cross, Paid, Chain S, Litentry, MantraDAO, Kylin. So some of these guys that I've mentioned here, they are going to bid for that auction. And when they bid for that auction, what will happen is this. They are not going to go and close their account to come and pay for those auctions. What they will do is that they will ask that you should come and borrow them your kusama. They will say, they will put it there. It's called crowd loan. So already information are there out there. So let's assume that you give you loan your kusama. Let's say 10 kusama to Kurara. So what Kurara will now do is this. They will say for every 10, let's say every 10 kusama you borrow them, they will give you, let's just say 100 Kurara coin, something like that. So the Kurara coin they give you, it is not that they are not buying over your kusama. That is the reward for you loaning it to them. So the 10 kusama you have loaned to them still remain with them. They are going to return it to you later. It can be after 6 months. It can be after 1 year. It can be after 2 years. It can be after 3 years. Yeah, but they will give you their Kurara token. So if they give you 100 Kurara token for loaning them 10 kusama, your Kurara token, which is 100, will be growing in value. But at the same time, because let's assume that they are paying 1,000, let's just say they are paying let's say 5,000 Kusama to rent that slot. That 5,000 Kusama will be locked for a period of time. Let's say 24 months. So it means that that Kusama will not be in circulation for that period of time. So invariably, the total amount of Kusama or DOT, which will be in circulation, will be reducing. So the more auctions are made, the more blockchains that build on the Polkadot blockchain, the fewer will be the Kusama and DOT that is available. And many more people and other companies want to buy it. So invariably, it's a matter of time, the value of DOT and Kusama will invariably go up. Yeah, so these are other great things. This is the second page. We have all these wonderful guys here. I'm not going to go into their details. Yeah, I think by next week, we will take some of them, or we'll read about them. Yeah, so but I want you to go and read about them and see what do they have to offer, what are they going to do. And at the end of the day, you will discover that any of this investment, any of this, let me say shares here, if you invest in them on them for long term, they are going to do you a lot of good. Yeah. So we have things like BAS, we have TEL. Yeah, they are very, very great long-term investments. So we have these other ones. Yeah, for mid-term, but like I said, for long-term, most of them will do well. So you want to read about them? Yes, you can go to CoinGecko, you can go to CoinMarket, read about them, but you also have some information about them. Then lastly, before we go, don't forget that, when I was talking here, I said one of the reasons people will panic is that because they FOMO into crypto. They just see the price going up and they just join just because the price is going up, not because they really want to invest. So, and as I said before, FOMO is a fear of missing out and you want to belong. So by virtue of that, I just feel that, okay, let me just show us, oh, sorry, I'm not sure what happened. This thing stopped sharing. Sorry for that. Okay, yeah. So these are some common terms which are used day to day, especially if you join some very busy Telegram group. They will just be mentioning these words, and it's good you will have a good understanding so that you can easily flow along. So when they say bulls, we are talking about people who believe that the price will go up. Yeah, so they say it is bullish when the prices go up, or they believe that it will go up. They say bears, it means people who believe that the price will go down. So they say it is bearish. So like as of today, we'll say that the market is bearish. Yeah, we'll say that the market is bearish, it's going down. So we talk of altcoins. So at times you hear people talking about altcoins. What is altcoin? Altcoin is all other cryptocurrency except Bitcoin. So the first major crypto is Bitcoin. So every other one, like Ethereum, like Polkadot, like Kusama, like Chainlink, like Rose, and those other ones you have, all of them put together are referred to as altcoins, alternate coins to Bitcoin. Wallets. Wallet is a means by which you save your cryptocurrency. So there are times you want to move your crypto out of a centralized exchange for more security. So you save them in wallet. So it can be soft wallet, it can be hard wallet. Soft wallet are those ones we put on our phones. Yeah, or there are those we put on the internet, like MetaMask and all those things. They are soft wallet. Hard one, they are like a flash drive, which you can save your crypto into it and keep it inside your wardrobe. Yeah, and nobody will be able to hack it. So one common word you will see in a TG group, Telegram group, is that to the moon. We are going to the moon and so on. What it means is a time when there will be a sharp rise in price. So like in the last 3 months, we consider that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most other crypto, they have actually been going to the moon. Yeah, so they have been mooning. Yeah, then when Lambo, when you say when Lambo, what you are saying is that you are talking about somebody who has invested in crypto, who is looking towards one day that he will get enough money to be able to do whatever he wants to do. Yeah. So in the early days of crypto, guys who invested into Bitcoin very early, they became suddenly so rich that they started buying Lamborghini and all those things. So it became a common car being bought by guys that invested early. So when we say when Lambo, all you are saying is that, sir, when is this thing going to make a lot of profit and reward so that I can cash out and do something? Then we talk about HOD. HOD is just means the word hold. It's just like it's somebody at a point mistakenly typed it. Part of the story was that the guy was drunk and he was trying to type hold, but he typed it as HODL, and within crypto, it has become a slang. Yeah, so they say I am a hodler. So which means that I buy to keep so that it appreciates. Yeah, they talk about no coiner. No coiner is someone who doesn't have any crypto. Yeah, so if you have a friend who doesn't have any crypto, does not even have Doge, then says a no corner. So they talk about OCD, obsessive cryptocurrency disorder. Yeah, these are guys who just watch us. They are following us. They are not investing, but they check what's happening every day, yet they are not doing anything. Blockchain is the foundation on which the digital economy is based. So there's a chain of blocks that hold together a huge database. Yeah, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So what is happening right now in the market is a fraud. Yeah, they just causing some crisis so that people can dump their income. Then ICO, it used to be a way by which shares of blockchain were sold initially. So it was called initial coin offering. In the traditional market, they talk of initial public offering, but within the context of digital economy, they talk about initial coin offering. As of today, it is changing because people are demanding for more and more security. So we are having an initial exchange offering. So which means it's an exchange, maybe like Binance, like a Coinbase that is doing it this time around. Yeah. So So by and large, this is what we have for today. Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to stop and I will listen to us. So if there are questions, then we take those questions. So fellow investors, don't be discouraged about the market. It's an opportunity to buy. If you have free money, I will advise you, go and use those free money to buy some of this thing. In some 2-3 years time, you will look back and you will enjoy it. Thank you so much. Yeah. So please feel free to open your microphone and talk. You can make your contributions. You can ask questions. You can make comments. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, can I ask?
Please do.
Okay, I just want to ask a question, but it might sound stupid. I just want to know.
No question is stupid here.
Yeah, who creates the crypto and who authorizes it? And then the other part of the question is,
what's the first question? Sorry, so just hold on for me. I want to write the questions down.
I wanted to know who creates the crypto.
Okay, who created it?
Yes, and then who authorizes to say, yes, Sam, you want to start this, we'll do this and this, and then authorize you.
Okay, who authorized? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the second party, has this crypto coin got a lifespan to say it starts from this phase, within 2-3 years will have matured and then to fall off, or it goes on forever?
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So about who created Bitcoin. So the success of crypto today is that the original creator never disclosed themselves. They remain anonymous. They put in a name that there's somebody called Satoshi Nakamoto. That is the person who invented Bitcoin. But the truth is this is just a public face. There is no human being known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Even though at one time or the other, people had wanted to steal this identity. So they did it in secret, and it remained in secret to the Bitcoin. So nobody knows the original creator of Satoshi Nakamoto. And the truth is this, assuming that this group of people believe there's a group of people who came together to do it. If they have disclosed the identity initially. By now, they were assassinated, all of them. Don't forget that the money market, there are big guys who are there, who move trillions, who move billions, and they dictate what happened in the world. So crypto coming to catch them unaware. Those guys, they hold us to ransom. Have you asked yourself a question that why should you deposit money in the bank and they collect money from you for depositing it? And you are withdrawing that same amount of money they collect. So you have 1,000 rand. You are depositing this 1,000 rand into your account. When you deposit it, the money becomes 9,932. They have deposited, deducted some. 2, that same day, say, I want to withdraw this money back. When you are withdrawing it, they are going to deduct from that 900 again. So at the end of the day, they are going to give you 902. So for depositing, they collect, for the withdrawing, they collect. And at the end of the month, they are coming to charge you what is called a service fee. So I don't know if you have asked yourself that question before. Those are the big players. Standard Bank is owned by a family called Barclays. So they are there. They sit down in UK. They will just work for them, and they just make money. So now some people now coming up with some technology, which we anticipate that is going to compete with them. They will do whatever they can do to eliminate such people. So these guys, they are wise and smart enough to never to disclose themselves. So we don't even know that some of them are still alive today, but they never disclose themselves. So now, who authorized? So there is what is called smart chain contract in crypto. This is called smart chain. So this is where the gist of blockchain technology is. Let's say this, normally, if you want to take a loan from a bank, you will go to the bank and you will talk to your banker that you want to take a loan. And they will say, okay, go and bring this, go and bring this, go and bring this, go and bring this, go and bring this and this. And your banker will ask you to fill form. And you will fill the form, and they will take it to the manager, and the manager will approve it, and they will take it to the area manager will approve it, and they will take it to the headquarter will approve it before they finally give you the loan. So that is the traditional way. However, the way smart chain works is that there are some computers there that are very, very smart. They are there somewhere, connected together all over the world. That all these things that your banker, the senior banker, the manager, they will have done. This computer, they do it by themselves. And that's why it's called a smart contract. So let me give you a classical example. In one of our previous discussions, I told us about a decentralized finance, which we should get familiar with. And I gave us a list of decentralized finance. So part of the one I mentioned, we have BlockFi. We have BlockFi, which I will encourage you to have an account with. We have Nezo. We have Swipe. And one more. What is the fourth one?
Celsius.
The one
Celsius.
Thank you. Celsius. Thank you. These are very good for one. So I want to tell you something, Sam. I've tried something. I have some of my cryptos locked up. I've given it's in a Nezo. It's in Nezo. So this day, occasionally it generates 0.00 Nezo. Yeah, that's fine. They will accumulate and they will become one day. So, but I did something. I decided that, okay, let me take a loan from Nezo. So I just click on take a loan. Do you know what they do? They just say that, okay, you are interacting with the computer. They just say that, okay, the money you are having, your token you are having here will be used as collateral. You say yes. and you click next, next, next. How much do you want to borrow? You put it there, maybe 100 USD. And you keep on clicking next, next, next. And at the end of the day, it will say transaction completed. And truly, 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 this, this $100 will be credited to your account. And you can withdraw it right now. You can withdraw it. You can transfer it to your local exchange. You can convert it to Maluti, and you can use it to go to ShopRite and just buy things now. So you are taking a loan from a bank, a crypto bank, without talking to any human being. So that is how those authorizations comes up, if I understand you, the way they work. But if you are talking in terms of regulations, a lot of countries are putting in regulations now just to make sure that things are approved. So don't forget that these are technologies, like you have Apple, like you have a Samsung, like you have Microsoft. You cannot see Microsoft document. You cannot see. I mean, you can't hold it. It's a soft something. It's when you print it out that you begin to say, "Oh, okay, I printed this out." So this is how some of these things work there. It just happened that by virtue of how Bitcoin started, it was a decentralized opportunity for every human being on earth. Unlike those other ones, Apple is not meant for everybody. Amazon is not meant for everybody. No, it's meant for who is who. So, but this guy just come and said, "No, we can do something. We can do something. Let's do it for the whole world." And they did it, and it's moving. So it's a new technology. Like we have technology that take people to space. We have technology that make cars to be driven, and so on and so forth. The computer, the internet, the Facebook. So also we now have blockchain as a technology, and yeah. So, but the basis by which it operates is what is called blockchain, which are series of computers that are connected together. They can do some high-level things which will take years for human beings to do. Yeah, and the way they are processed is through what is called smart chain. So, if I want to send money to you right now, if I want to, I can move that 500 rand. I can move it into let's say Luno or CoinDirect from my account, and I convert it to USD Theta, and I send it to you. And in the next 1 minute, you are going to receive it. You are going to receive it, and you can convert it to whatever you want to do. If you want to buy Bitcoin with it, you buy with it. If you want to cash it out, you convert it from your local exchange. You convert it to rands or Maluti or any other things, and you cash it out, and you are going to use it. Yeah. So unlike before, if I want to send 100 rands to you, 1,000 rands to you, I will go to the bank and I will fill this form. They will take the form to one manager, to another manager, to another manager. They will send the money. It will first of all go to UK, and some banks there will have their own court, and they call themselves settlement bank. And it will move from there to Germany, and that will take another one. And finally, it gets to your own account. And when it gets to your account, they also take their own court. So at the end of the day, when you are sending 1,000 rands, maybe the best the person will get at the end of the day it's 900 rand. Because yeah, so these are things that the blockchain and smart chain they are managing. It's not as if they are not having their own having their own charges, but if you really know how to go about it, you beat a lot of these things. Yeah, we have discussed how to. I think last week we discussed about how to make transactions. I'm not too sure without achieving so much cost. Yeah, thank you so much. I guess I want to assume. So then, in terms of lifespan, they don't have a lifespan. So, like any other business may liquidate, yeah, some of these other businesses may liquidate. There is what is called pulling the rug, which is a form of an exit scam, and that's where, as much as possible, we don't talk about what we refer to as shit coins here, which are just this crypto that I imagine here and there today. You may put $1,000 in them today, and you become a millionaire tomorrow. You just go up to the moon, and that's why what young people like Shiba Inu, Safe Moon, and others. I'm not saying those two are not good, but there are sorts of those things, and they just go on. And when the price is at the peak, those guys, they will just dump everything. They just convert everything to dollars, and that ends that project. So it is called a scam. Yeah, so that's why at times we don't just want to put our coins into anything. So most of these coins, like I've listed here, they are coins that are very, very trusted. The people who are behind it are known, and those companies that time they are registered, and most of them they are registered in their own country as true businesses. Yeah, so that's how it is. It may not be 100% immune, because let me tell you, while I was in Nigeria, I for did that initial IPO. There are some of them till today. I did not get their certificate as we are talking right now. That's nothing I can do. Yeah, that's part of those small investment risk. But by and large, without investment, nobody moves forward. Thank you. So Sam, I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, you've got it right. But like you're saying, you talk of that was Shiba Inu. I know it's one of those that peaked, I think, in 2 weeks back.
It's still a great project. Please, Shiba Inu is still a great project.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's still a good project. Even right now, it's still a good project, please. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying,
dropped almost by 70% down.
Yeah, the market is. Let me tell you how you calculate how the market drops. What you do if Bitcoin drop by X, you expect other coins to drop by 1.5 times 1.5x. Yeah. So if Bitcoin drop 10%, an average altcoin will drop 15%. If Bitcoin drop 30%, an average altcoin will drop 45%. That's an average. It's not as if it's must follow a hard rule, but that's the ratio. Yeah. So the truth is this: if you have $100 somewhere that is not doing anything, I will tell you, go and put it in Shiba Inu. If you lose $100, it's not going to harm you so much.
Yeah, it's true.
But if it comes back and it moves like Dodge, you make something. I don't have a single Dodge right now. I don't have a single Shiba Inu. Yeah. So, but there are guys who own Dodge when it was 0.00 cents, and they just head on to it. And suddenly Elon Musk came and shield it. And it goes up. And at least those who have some basic insight and understanding of forex and trading, they knew that when this is moved by this point, you need to do something. So they exit gradually. You don't need to exit everything. Maybe you take away 50% and convert it to US dollar as a stable coin, and you watch. If the other one crash, at least you have this one on hand that you can do it. Yeah. So any crypto can make you a millionaire, depending on when you enter into it. Don't forget that there was a time that Bitcoin was sent. 10,000 Bitcoin worth $40 around 2014 or something like that. So the first official visible transaction of Bitcoin was when 10,000 Bitcoin was exchanged for 2 pizzas that were worth $40, $40 US. And it was celebrated. Wow! So today, please, your 10,000 Shiba Inu may make you a billionaire in 10 years.
Actually, I bought 7 million of it.
Yeah.
I bought 7 million at the cost of about 4,000 rand. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna kill me.
Don't worry.
Let me just try
it there. Don't forget that it is within the top 50 crypto. Don't forget about that. It's within the first 50. Yeah. By market cap, that is big. That is big. Yeah. Okay, fellows. Any other questions? Any other thing?
Is there a way you can identify that this is a fake coin, or you can't tell?
You can suspect. You can suspect.
What are the telltale signs?
One, there's what is called the white paper, which is like the business plan. So if you have time, you can read the white paper. And based on what they are promising there, you know that does this thing really, really want it or not? Two is to make inquiry. Eh? Let's say, for example, there's a group I follow, which is the Spectre. I can go there and make inquiry. And these are guys that are experts in crypto research. So they make research and they put on those things. So at times, what I do is that I search, I write like, let's just say it's XYZ coin, XYZ coin. So I write XYZ coin plus scam, and I run it and see what
Pick up from
yeah. So, but at times some of these things you enter it at ICO level. Yeah. So ICO level is a big risk, but everything, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So many ICO will end up becoming dead coin. Yeah, I have a good number of them. Yeah, in 2017, when this hosting started, there were very, very little information. And you just read on the ICO bench, ICO rating. Yeah. So, but it does not mean that all of them are dead. Yeah, there are still one or two. Don't forget what I told you about the rule of 20%. Yeah, and so on and so forth. So, but don't forget once you are investing. Again?
I'm dominating the questions, eh?
Again?
But then I'm saying I'm sorry for dominating, giving so many questions.
No, that's fine. Others are fine. They don't have any questions. So please, let's resolve your doubts and your
Okay, what happens? Remember, there are different platforms. There's Runo, there's crypto.com, there's Binance, and so on. How do you decide which one is better? Are they all charging the same? Should I move my money from Runo? I know Runo doesn't have a lot of coins, eh? And you go to crypto, you find a lot of coins. So which one would one say, let me trade on this?
Okay, so it also depends on your overall goal. So for example, you will always need a local exchange. You always need a local exchange. So like Luno is our foremost local exchange. We have CoinDirect, we have Valve, we have Easy Crypto, and others. Yeah, you will always need a local one because it's easy to move your money from the bank to the local exchange without incurring extra charges. It's only when you begin to transact that you do. At the same time, you can use your credit card, your PayPal card, and other things like that. Yeah. However, the amount of tokens that will be available on Luno will be limited. So anybody who wants to go into crypto big, you cannot do crypto without having a Binance account. It's not possible. It's not possible that you will do crypto big without having a Binance account because there are tokens you want to buy which are only available on Binance. Now, if you want to go into tokens very, very early when they are just coming up, before they are listed on Binance, before they are listed on Coinbase, then you have to have a buy lazy account. You have to have a cool coin account, and you probably have to have an ORCES or a Gates.io account, because that's where some of the early listings take place. Yeah, or you interact with Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Unfortunately, was it last week that we wanted to interact with Uniswap, and maybe because they were changing from Uni 2 version 2 to version 3, yeah, the network did not really allow us to do that. So I guess by next week we can go back to interact with PancakeSwap and Uniswap. So you will need to interact with those ones. Uniswap, you don't have a choice. You will need to interact with them. PancakeSwap, you will need to interact with them. So, but don't forget that these are decentralized centralized application system, not centralized like Luno or Binance, but you will have to interact with them. There are some coins you will know that this coin will be released. You have been tracking it for months. And the initial listing is going to be either on PancakeSwap if it's a Binance-based tokens, which is the BEP2, or if it's an Ethereum-based token, ERC20. Yeah, so you have to either go to Uniswap or this. Yeah, most of the coins that are listed on exchanges already, they are genuine coins. Either once you have them on centralized exchanges, yeah, they are genuine coins. Genuine coin does not mean that the business will succeed, but they are genuine company. So where you can run into scam is when you do initial coin offering, ICO. Then that's when it's robbed easily. Or when they list it on a Uniswap or PancakeSwap. Yeah. However, if it is an initial exchange offering, like you are going to buy it on Binance, Binance will have vetted, they will have verified it to be sure that it's a genuine a company that is doing that. So when you are buying an initial offering from Binance, you are fine. When you are buying it from CoinList, you are fine. Yeah, so those are some other things like
that. I have a question too.
Okay, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, my question is it better to invest in like 2-3 major coins, or is it better to scatter your investments in several, like a number of coins? Which is better?
Yeah, your investment style will determine that, and your ability to take risk. Your ability to take risk will take that. Yeah. So, but my advice will be, in general, you should invest in the large cap. We'll talk about large cap. We'll talk about the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Binance, and those big guys. Yeah. Then you need some medium. You need some medium cap. So medium cap, we talk about those ones that are maybe like from number 50 to number 150. They are the medium cap. So there you begin to have things like Chainlink. You begin to have let me go back to this other list, which I have here. Okay. So like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance, Cardano, those are the big guys. So my advice is maybe you put 30 to 40% of your investment there. You know that they are stable. They will grow slowly. In 10 years' time, they will grow slowly. They will be fine. Then you look for mid cap. The mid cap, they are the one that will grow rapidly. While the low cap, which are those ones that are just coming up, like here now, we have things like LCS, we have things like Telor, we have things like Cator, we have things like Koti. Yeah, these are coins with very great potential. They are still low. So you put maybe another 30% of your stuff there in those mid one. Then maybe you put like 30% at those ones that are just imagine, like those Shiba, and all those RSR, put another 30% there. Those ones up there, they will always be stable. They will grow by 10%, 10 to 20% in a year. The other one will grow by about 20 to 25. This last one, they are the one that can grow 100% in a day. And if you are lucky to catch it, when they have grown 100% in a day, you sell off 50% of them. Not necessarily that you are pulling out the money, but you sell it off and convert it to a stable coin. And you will be waiting for when there will be retracement, because there will always be retracement. So you buy back again. So maybe initially you are having 100, it moved 100%. That means that the price doubled. If you sell everything and you come back, if you come back again by 60%, you come back and rebuy it. So your 100 now become maybe like 150, like 160, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So, but I would advise you spread your, based on your own risk, you spread your coins across. Yeah. I have very, very few Bitcoin. I have 0.000 Bitcoin. Yeah. Because I'm ready to take the risk. When Bitcoin was a cent, I missed it. So I'm still interested in projects that are still cents. The way say ESRDL. Let me see. There's supposed to something here. Oh, it's not here. Oh, wow. What's happening? Oh, it's there. This one, like this guy. Let me show you something. This guy here, this one here, it's dumped to like maybe 0.3. Yeah, these are guys that are coins of the future. If they are able to execute their project the way they plan it, if it work out well, they will be very, very great. Yeah. So just like HBAR, they are almost all of them. So, but the most important is that read about them, look at what they intend to do, and then based on what they intend to do, you may say, okay, I'm investing in this technology, and yeah. But you need a mixture of them to be able to make something great out of it. Yeah. So
Thank
it's like putting all your money in the money market. You go and put all your money in the money market. That money will be guaranteed 100%. It will never decrease. You will never lose it, but you will only be getting 4% on it at the end of the day. When inflation is growing at 20%, that money will be growing at 4%. So that if you diversify it, then if this one doesn't do well, the other one will do fairly well. Great, thank you. I guess we have been on for like 2 hours now, going to 2 hours. So I think, yeah, so we spend like 2 hours. Okay, that's fair for today. So any last one, in the absence of any other last question, I think we can handle.
Sorry, I just want to comment on that.
Again?
Where you can play around to see the major ones, and then you feel like it's not moving. But then remember, you said those you call what? Scopers, traders, and investors, eh?
Yes.
So if I'm an investor, would I still have to move, or would I say, markets dropping, I'll leave my money there, I'll wait for that time?
If you are an investor, don't forget that your minimum target is about 5 years as an investor.
Okay. Even if it's failing?
It's unlikely it will fail continuously for 5 years. Don't forget that the expected, if you invest in the stock market, in the best stock market, the expected annual growth is about 10 to 12%.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go to NASDAQ and you invest in those companies, Apple, Amazon, the expected growth is about 10 to 12% per annum. Yeah, so if your crypto does 10 to 12% per annum, it has done well. Yeah, except the person want to be microwave investor. Yeah, so but definitely you keep on rebalancing your portfolio from time to time. You keep on rebalancing it. Yeah, based on your, you have to rebalance it from time to time. Oh, great, guys. So we meet at the Telegram group. Yeah, so if there are other things, we can always also talk about them at the Telegram group. Yeah. So then we'll meet on Friday once again. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks for the information too.
Oh, great. You're welcome, AYO, Regina,
Thank you, sir.
Anu.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. How are you? Great.
I'm all right.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, maybe you can just slow down. No, let me